Hello, and welcome to our Dreaming Big call with Team Fire and Guts and Grace Builders. Brenda Martin is gone today. She is away with family. They're celebrating the life of her mom's precious husband. It was very unexpected for him to pass away. They're celebrating his life and comforting one another in this time. They had 12 years of a beautiful marriage. I love sharing that. So we can be in prayer for Brenda today and in the coming days. And I feel so honored to be able to spend some time with you tonight. I asked on my team, I was like, hey, anybody want to be my partner in crime and train? And Liz was like, me. And I said, yay, yay, yay. It was, I love training with other people that I've been doing life and business with for a long time. So, first of all, who is in the Road to 100 chat that we just started that's replacing our Love Your Business Club chat? Yes. Bye bye. Love Your Business. We loved our businesses in May. We're going to love them even more in June because we're focusing on that 100 points. 100 pay points. For those of you who don't know, who might be new or watching the recording is the rank of gold here in Plexus. And what you will find for those of you, especially who are coming to convention, there's going to be talk about 100 Club at convention, about that core rank of gold. And, as Eric Worre came in and trained much of us leaders and then the whole field, he poured in so much to us. He really came to us after looking all over the world in this industry and looked at our compensation plan and said, this is the rank. The rank of gold, that 100-point mark, is something that almost anyone can hit, that they should aim to hit, and that we as leaders should then work to help others hit for a strong, stable, long-term, beautiful organization, which I know so many people on this call want. So I will tell you, this Road to 100 chat is for those who either are brand new and have never hit the rank of gold before, all the way up to those who are silver, senior silver, or those who maybe have hit that 100 points or above in the past and they didn't hit in May, and they are still here continuing to build. Notice I did not say that they're here rebuilding to gold or re-ranking to gold. I'm not a huge fan of that type of wording as we're talking about our businesses here in this industry, because so much of our journeys are a bit like this. A little bit of a roller coaster, right? It is totally common for certain times of year, especially, or certain seasons, for you to be like, oh boy, what's happening? We're going down a bit here in points. And the fact of the matter is that if you are still here, it doesn't matter whether you have a rank ahead of you that you've already hit before or not. You are here to build. So I want to encourage you, if somebody's like, where are you at? Don't say, I'm rebuilding to gold. I'm rebuilding to senior Ruby. Say, I'm here to build. I'm here to build. I'm still growing my skill set. I'm really working on growing myself professionally in my mindset. So if you're in this chat, what this means, and I will say to Brenda and myself and to other leaders who are used to kind of being above that 100-point mark in their back office, they are looking in this chat and at your names and they're saying, okay, these are my 20% that I'm going to pour 80% of my time into. You guys, there will be around 20% of people in your downline, in your business downline, who are consider themselves builders, who you will say, that's where I'm going to put most of my time, because those people are showing up for themselves. They're showing up for their team. They're on the team calls. They want this. They have a hunger. So we're excited to see all of you in there. I know we're still adding people in. We have another chat that is just about to open, and it's for those of you who hit 100 points or more in May. And you're going to be in that chat, 100 plus club. I think we might even have like hats being made or something really fun. But that is more of a leadership group. And it's there that you're going to learn even more how to help others below you come up to that rank of gold, that 100-point place. That brings such stability to our team. So that's enough about that. We want to get right into our team call tonight. And we are just admitting people left and right tonight. This is kind of how it's going to be in the summer, right? Everybody's like, oh my goodness, it's time for the team call. Come inside, kids. It's time to roll. Liz and I, we were so excited to put on this call for you. And we met up today and kind of went through the slides a little bit, just to make sure we were on the same page. And right in the middle of it, we realized, oh, we feel like there's a little hole. And I will tell you this training is like down core to the very so in a cellular nature, you guys, all you need to share Plexus well. And this was done by Amber Miller, which is our great grandmother here in Plexus. And so we're not saying that her training has a whole, we're saying we noticed something that we feel very drawn to share with you tonight as an add-on to this particular system that we believe will bring you to new heights in your retention and to closing people well and to helping people stay on with you long term. Liz, what do you want to say? And maybe as you're chatting, should I start our presentation?
Yeah, that sounds great. First of all, I apologize if I am yawning my head off because I'm on the East Coast and man, the yawns just hit me hard. So, okay, sorry for a second. I thought I was muted. Um, yeah, so BK and I were going through this presentation, and I actually was sharing with her some of my own kind of struggles, and I think that it's important to know that we all have weaknesses, but we don't focus on them, right? We want to be aware of them and realize that a lot of times weaknesses, quote unquote weaknesses, are just areas that we need to grow in skills, in a skill set. So, um, as we were talking through this, oh, you did it V. Okay. All right. I was like, hey, we need to add on like this idea of expectations, of vision, because I think that if we can cast that for our people, um, that is really where we're going to end up with them kind of like getting a better, I don't know, idea of what Plexus is, right? So that they don't think like this is a quick fix, etc. Um, I'm just going to really quickly pull up my, there we go. I like to see everybody's faces so that um, I can watch. All right. So, um, I'm going to kind of go through these slides. I think most of us are familiar with the O.A.T.S acronym, and if if you haven't seen Amber Miller talk through it, we're going to like briefly touch on it. But in our conversation today, I was like, BK, you need to share on what you do in every stage of this to really cast like the long-term vision, and help people shift their mindset away from this is a quick fix or I'm going to have results right away. And help them really be thinking about, oh, this is like foundational supplementation that is going to be helping me for a while. And also, I'm probably going to be interested in sharing this.
Um,
And do you have anything you want to say?
that I can't see my screen anymore. Can you see the screen?
I can see the screen. I also is everybody hearing the dinging coming through from my end? I've got
I think
dinging
it's
on
time
my
to
end when people
share
come. No?
and reshare.
Yeah.
I know I do too, and I've never had that before. So that could be a recent update.
The dinging?
Zoom, I think so. When somebody
Okay.
comes in to the
Mm-hmm.
waiting room.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna click share again. Let's go. There we go.
You see it?
How does that look? How does that look on your end?
Great.
Good. Praise God. Okay, you guys. So this is our oats training. This is how to share Plexus well. I love how simple this is. Let's go.
Hey, you wanna go? The main thing and that I just really want to say about this is be bold and be you. And I love the idea. I love asking, has anyone taken the time to share Plexus with you? Because you're kind of like triangulating away from the focus of, oh my goodness, do you want to buy? It's like, hey, do you want to hear about it? But you're not even asking, do you want to hear about it? You're asking, has anybody talked talked with them about it yet. And so psychologically, like it's such a gentle, and just from a friendship move, it's just such a gentle way to ask. And so you can be super bold that this is just a really kind way to go about it. And be bold, be you.
I mean, I kind of want to know in the chat who has reached out to somebody or pivoted the conversation from a relational conversation to Plexus by boldly asking, hey, friend, can I just ask really quick? Has anyone taken the time to share Plexus with you yet? Tell us in the chat. We want to hear about it. I think that that is a great way to pivot a conversation. I mean, you could be talking about the weather. You could say, how are you today, friend? They could say, oh, my kids are at baseball and we are like making, I don't know, homemade cake pops. And they say, how are you today? What are you up to? And you can be like, oh my goodness, I'm actually working a lot on my Plexus business. And man, can I just flat out ask you right now, has anyone ever taken the time to share Plexus with you? That would not
Or
be weird to me, right? If somebody asked me that, I'd be like, oh, they're busy working on their Plexus business. I've seen her do that on Facebook. But you guys, when we first offer people information about Plexus, we must, from the very first conversation, be ready to move into casting the vision as if they are going to join us one day. So, whenever you see a V on the screen, that is where we're talking about extra things you can be saying, most likely in a voice message, you guys, so that they can hear your tone and excitement. But you can say something like this to the person that says, no, no one shared Plexus with me. And you can say, would you mind if I did really quick? They say yes, you start sharing, but you can say, hey, there have been many times, I just have to tell you this. This is very vulnerable of me right now to share this, but there have been many times when you have come to mind concerning Plexus, and it's because I can actually see you doing really well with it because you are such a hard worker. You love people so well. You seem to like have a really good handle on time management. And I will just say, I regret not sharing with you sooner. Are you open to hearing a little more?
calling out their strengths.
Yeah, right from the very beginning, why not? And they'd be like, but back to you. Let's talk about Plexus. We can talk about that later. I'm so excited to chat with you right now. Want to go next? When
Okay. Yes. So if I were to summarize this A, right, asking what their needs are, and you can do this through a number of ways. You know, you can send the graphic with all the stuff on there. That sometimes can help somebody who's like struggling to remember things. But listen, even if they don't tell you all of the things they're struggling with, I'm working with somebody who I thought just had gut issues. And then she was like, my eczema is flaring. I was like, I didn't know you had eczema. BK said, I didn't even tell my sponsor that I had eczema. And so you can send that graphic, but really, we don't have to get this perfect.
Mhm.
You don't have to be a medical person like me. You don't have to ask all of the questions. This person needs to know that you are interested in what they are struggling with, that you care about them, that you are listening. And then you also can use, like, you hold on to that information. And one of the things you can do is if it's in a messenger, you can tag that, whatever they respond with, tag it so that you can like keep going back to it and reminding them, because a lot of times people like to give up on themselves. Hey, you said that you cannot make it through the day without a nap. Can you imagine what it will look like when you actually have energy in the afternoon and you are feeling good? But the big thing is just letting that person be heard.
I love that. Listening and then ask more questions if you feel like they could share more. This might be a good time to get on the phone. If you're like, hey, do you have 5 or 10 minutes? I would just love to hear more from you on the phone, or we can continue here if you'd like. You guys, this is the part of the conversation where I am getting on voice message. And while I'm waiting for them to tell me about their health struggles, I'm getting on voice message and I'm like, hey, while I wait for you to get back to me, I just have to tell you, I personally remember when my Plexus friend Corey told me she was super excited to potentially be the one to walk with me during the next year of my health journey and helping me get my products for free too. And I will just say this is exactly what I hope to do with you as well, friend, if this ends up being for you. Do you guys see how much vision was just cast in there? I am make mentioning of the fact that I want to walk with her for the next year in her health journey. 1 year, not 1 month. I'm also quickly bringing up helping to get my products paid for. And I'm just flat out saying, this is what I hope to bless you with too, if this is a good fit for you.
You're setting that expectation for somebody also. It's so important that that one little statement of I'm so excited to potentially be the one to walk with you for the next year in your health journey. Oh, it's a year.
Right? Planting those little seeds, right?
And getting your products for free. Yeah, I love it. Um, testimony, it is so easy to get into a group. I mean, honestly, I've sometimes just gone into my search bar on Facebook and put Plexus, Hashimoto's, because sometimes there's a fresh new testimony I haven't seen, and you can take a screenshot of it and send it. And if you have a group, tag them. Also, send it directly because the number of times people don't see things tagged or they don't remember, they don't accept the group invite or whatever. Do both. I really want you to see this. I'm wondering, not just does this sound like you, but is this a place you could see yourself being in the future? Like the healing side of things, vision, expectation.
I love what you just said, Liz, too. You said even if they aren't in the group yet, what I've done in the past is I'm like waiting for them to accept my invitation into my resource group, and they're not because they keep missing the notification or they might not even understand what I'm talking about. When in reality, let's just move things forward. You can always get them into the resource page, start sending them screenshots of testimonies ASAP. And I love that. Does this sound like where you are now and where you would prefer to be? Look at this person. She doesn't have eczema anymore. And her Hashimoto's is slowly, she's coming into remission, right? You guys, this is this V, it's the vision casting again. Like Liz says, sharing your expectations in kind of an indirect kind way, you guys. You can say, it brings me such joy to send you these success stories, friend. Can you even imagine how your marriage and motherhood could totally benefit from you feeling better within the next 6 to 12 months? And I'm sure you're probably thinking of others who could benefit from this too. I really look forward to witnessing your coming victories, friend. You're basically saying, I want to witness the victories. I see them coming. You are putting it out there. I'm sure you're probably thinking of others because they have so many others in their lives who have a ton of symptoms on that gut health checklist, right? That candida graphic that we all send out. And you're also mentioning feeling better within the next 6 to 12 months. You're casting vision of what you long for them to step into with you because you know it's best for them to stay on the products, to get their products paid for, right? And to stick with it until they get some health victories.
And I love the question, like, can you can you even imagine how this would change your life? But even like asking directly, how would this change your life if you didn't deal with this anymore? What if this worked for you like this? Like, how would that change your life? And then getting them thinking about, oh, wow, that I can't even imagine what that would do. It would be incredible. Yeah, sorry. I thought you changed the slide, so my brain was already jumping ahead.
Oh, I love it. But there's something Liz shared with me earlier that she believes she heard maybe from Sonia Dudley or something. But she said, when somebody says, "Oh, I actually have diabetes," like what we can say is, what? Really? How long have you dealt with that? How has that affected your daily life? May I ask, like, how has that affected your mothering or just
I'm
your,
I
yeah,
think she even asked, like, are you having this, are you missing out on work because of this? She described talking to somebody in the grocery store and asking these questions.
I love it. Caring about the details. It's rare that people ask us about the details of our lives these days, right? And really care.
And I think so many people just assume, like my friend Kelsey, who had horrible migraines, like you just think, I'm going to miss work because of this.
Yeah.
Well, if your kids aren't getting sick all of the time, you don't have to miss work. Or if you're not getting sick all the time, I mean, the number of times my husband or I had to stay home because of our kids getting sick was just almost weekly.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So, a little bit about it's funny, we're on this screen and we're talking about like, okay, and this is right, this is the final, this is the last step. You send them a cart and then they order. And I was like, not for me, BK. There are holes in my system because I send the cart and nothing happens. And she was like, oh, I send the cart and they are ordering. Like it's happened once. And I was like, please do tell me, like, what is the difference here? This is how we got started on this whole vision casting thing of like adding this because there's preparation to do before you send that cart. And even I like BK's idea. She's like, oh, I'll make the cart. And then I go in and I take a screenshot and I send that before I send the link. And I say, how does this price look to you? So you're discussing it rather than sending the cart and saying, why don't you peek at the price? Have a conversation. That also gives you leeway to be like, oh, you know what? If that is outside your price range, let's talk about some tweaks, things that we can do for you right now. Also, I want you to know it's actually not too challenging to get your products covered. Would you be interested in talking about that? Somebody I did not expect who had used the products, loved them, couldn't afford them, came back. And I was like, well, just so you know, like, it was last month. I was like, we could work on getting you $500. And I really was nervous because I thought they were, and she's like, you know what? We want to talk about your plan because we need the money. And I was like, hmm, oh. So yes, Reba, you can send a screenshot. Um, and here's some verbiage for you. I won't read it out, but BK's got some thoughts on vision as well.
Yes. So when I send a screenshot of the cart, I let them know, hey, because usually it's without the extra 10% off. So when I send you this link and you are ready to order, when I'm talking like, why wouldn't it happen? They're interested. This is the perfect fit. I have exactly what they need. When you are ready to order, I will send you the shopping cart link. And when you click checkout, it will take the extra 10% off and free shipping or whatever promo we have going on. So that's what I do. And then I'm like, and so your total should be more like 158.17 rather than 179 or what have you. I go slow with the pricing thing and I say, how does this look? How is this feeling to you, girlfriend? And then, um, I say something like, does that look like what you'd be excited to jump on right now? If so, I can send a cart over, and when you click on it, it will take you straight to checkout and we can get you started tonight. This would mean that your products would most likely come on Thursday. That would be so amazing, friend, like before the weekend and everything. So I'm like, pumping it up. This is what it would look like if you ordered with me tonight. I don't send the cart until I feel like they're like begging me for it or asking me for it. I'm like, come on, what do you think? Here's a screenshot of it. You ready to go? So, this is also something in a voice message as you are waiting to hear back from them, or as you are sending the picture of the gut health system. It can be your own gut health system on your counter. I've done that a million times, or a really pretty picture that you found somewhere. Um, but while you're doing that, send a voice message and say something. Can I just say, I'm already looking forward to getting you your personalized protocol. I think I have it already figured out. I can't wait to help you find your success partner. But first, I want to make sure you know how this works. When you are ready to order, when? Because I expect them to. Why wouldn't I? When you're ready to order, I'll send you a link to a shopping cart. And when you click checkout, you'll be all set to get your first box by this Thursday. By the way, it's only going to take like 5 minutes to order. Want to do that tonight at 8 p.m.? I give specific times, deadlines, all sorts of things all the time because I want to know that they are going to do it tonight and this is not going to just get lost in their inbox. People order based off of how they're feeling and their emotions. And we're not trying to take advantage of that. We are literally helping them, leading them, shepherding them to a decision that could quite potentially change their health, change their finances, change their life, right? So people are looking to us to shepherd them forward. And this is a lovely way to do it.
I think using time is so smart because our brains need that. And I saw somewhere recently, when you're saying like, hey, if you ordered tonight, you're going to get your products most likely by this day. And then to say, hey, if you get started, then 1 month is blah, blah, blah date. I think that would be also great too, to be like,
Love it.
how can you imagine feeling so much better by the 4th of July?
That is beautiful. And just because we have share carts doesn't mean that we don't get on the phone anymore. I get on the phone with a lot of people with their share cart link. I'm like, okay, at 8 p.m., I'll meet you back here. I'll send you your share cart link and we'll hop on the phone. Send me your phone number and I'll make sure you get checked out well. And the whole time I'm on the phone with them, they're just filling in their name, their phone number, their address, their credit card, and then they order now. And then I have them for a couple more minutes to be like, oh my goodness, I know I mentioned getting you a success partner of some sort, but hey, you get a referral link, a free referral link here. And I'm going to make sure to now, and you guys, this really needs to be moved into another call, but you can start casting the vision of that referral link and even sending them two carts, a cart with the gut health system in it and a cart with the GLP-1 system in it, and say, hey, when you have friends ask what in the world you're doing this next week, and when you get your products, you can send one of these to them and they can like be connected to your account. When they order, you're going to get $37. If 3 people order one of these systems from you, you're going to get $300. Does that make sense? So you're thinking ahead, you're casting the vision of where you want them to go. You're shepherding them step by step.
I think another nice way to get online to sign them up also is to do it over video chat. I've had people who didn't feel comfortable having me do it, so we will screen share. I'll have them screen share. I just help them fill it in. I'm just watching. They can see my face, I can see their screen, and then when a lot of my friends are like, "I don't want you to see my credit card number, and I don't want to tell it to you," and I'm like, "That's totally fine. Why don't we screen share, and then you can turn it off when it's time to put in your payment." That also alleviates the difficulty of like, "What's my website name?" that we always run into. So either you do it on your end, but a video chat is really nice. Screen share. They see exactly what you're doing. And that's a really handy way to do it. Plus, you are connecting basically over the phone and they're seeing their back office. Sometimes if you have time, you can be like, hey, click on that, or I want to show you this part too.
When you have somebody use your link and use one of your share cart links that I'm going to send you, this is where you'll see your paycheck. Oh man, I don't do that anymore. And I think it's time to do that again. They're saying just more and more people want real, tangible relationships. They want interaction. They want friendship. They want to see faces again. They want in-person contact. So, however we can make that happen, we've got to take the time to do it for sure. You guys, this is also a good time as you're casting vision forward. From the very beginning of your conversation, you can say, hey, I'm so glad you're interested in Plexus. Um, and I just want to say that no matter what, as we go forward, if you end up choosing to do this with me, I am so excited because we're going to be able to talk like weekly. I can't wait to check in with you on Fridays. That's when I normally do it with my customers. So I'm just putting it out there. Okay, let's go forward and see if this could be a good fit for you. Do you know what I mean? You're already excited about them potentially joining you. And I think people love it when somebody else has hope and excitement for them.
Agree.
Are there any questions? We're right at that 30-minute mark. or tips or tricks that are working for you right now?
No,
You,
but I do want to say one thing. So if you don't know, I'm a physician assistant. I haven't practiced in clinic for coming up on 7 years, thanks to Plexus. But I just remember people sitting in front of me and sometimes crying, saying, nobody has asked me the questions you're asking me. So even with our simple questions of being like, hey, friend, can I ask, like, how was your sleep? Like, that's not always something that somebody is asked. We are not here to practice medicine with Plexus, but our friends need to know that we care about the details of their life and we want to see their health change. And then when you can get some of those details, and we do not have to dig. This is literally a chat GTP conversation I had where I realized I've been shooting myself in the foot with my medical background because I'm like, I got to get all the information. No, your friend just needs to know that you care. But sometimes, I mean, like, personally, I think we all got to ask the pooping question. And I've got a friend, she was just laughing her head off. She's like, Liz, you keep asking me about pooping. I'm like, because it's important. I'm not going to start you on these products unless you're pooping. Or we got to get BioCleanse on board. So just you're asking the questions shows you care. And so does follow up, shows you care.
Liz, I feel like that needs its own slide. Like there are some questions that we ask every single person, no matter what, because it can change them literally either hating the products and being like, I have loose stools. I don't know what's wrong. Like my stomach is all out of sorts and grumbling all day. Maybe they have loose stools and you didn't know that. And you put them on triplex and they're taking BioCleanse and ProBio 5 and they need something a little more gentle. That is huge. The GLP-1 system. I mean, this is what I tell newbies that are just starting in the business. I'm like, this is not rocket science, but if there's one question that you ask, you need to ask, how are your bowel movements every morning? Are you pooping every morning? I'm telling like a really good poop.
In clinic, I used to say, do you poop every day? And it's not hard, it's not dry, it doesn't take you forever to poop. It's not super runny. Like I was like this detailed, and like by the time I'm done, they're laughing, but I'm like, it's important. It tells so much about how your health is.
Yes, amen. And that GLP-1 system with Slim, Restore, and Balance, that can slow down people's bowel movements. So if they're already struggling to poop from the very beginning, you want to be like, hey, you're going to need a $19 bottle of BioCleanse tacked onto that because we want you pooping. Or let's start on the gut health system. So those are just last little bits. We don't want to overcomplicate this. Now, the number one fact of the matter is that Liz and I talked about before we did this today was the fact that if you are not in conversations with anyone, this O.A.T.S system is not going to help you at all. The number one thing that we are to do in this business is start the conversations. It's to initiate. So whether you're like Ali Bashand and you put up the most amazing engagement posts and you start interacting with people and talking in the background, and then you learn to pivot to Plexus, or people are just flying at you because they're just so drawn to you on social media and they're taking your polls, whichever it is, you've got to make the conversations happen. So let's not wait and sit around and pray for the people to come to us without taking some action.
I'm going to give some really practical advice. Practical advice. When we are done with this call, go into your stories. Let's take a screenshot. You're going to put up the picture of us. Write something funny about how much you love that we are talking about normal everyday body systems, specifically pooping. This always catches people's attention. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're talking about pooping." And just write something up and put it in your story. Also put up a little post about like, "Oh my goodness. Guys, I just learned that if you're not taking out the trash daily, you are going to struggle with weight loss, blah, 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 sleep, energy, thyroid." And then you can be like, whatever, like, I'm here to help. Put something in your story, put something on your wall, then go to your happy birthday notifications, send a private message to every single person. Those people are going to be more likely to see your post. You never know. It might be the best birthday they will ever have because they realize they got to start pooping. This is just like super simple, basic. If you don't know what to put in your story, don't know what to put on your wall. I mean, I'm probably gonna do it because I got to add more to my story. So
Let's do it. You can put in a poll too. People can tell you if they're pooping every morning or not and get really vulnerable with you. You know?
here,
Hey,
I'm
Roseanne.
I'm gonna
You
take a
did.
picture. Oh, did somebody say something? Okay, ready?
Love.
1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, good. I thought I turned off my screen.
I'll send it to Brenda.
Perfect.
With love, Team Fire.
Beauteous.
Joining us, you guys. Let's get into those conversations. I love Amanda West's advice to us, what she did today. You have to go check, and the Road to 100 chat is good. I can't wait to see who else we add into this chat. Those newbies who were so excited about sharing. That's what this chat is for. It's for us and it's for them. Let's pave the way. Love you all. Have a great, great week.